Hey, good morning. So I have been having so many incredible masterminds with my new coaches, and it got me thinking, what is it that we do to build this business? What have I done over the past 12 years with this little fitness thing, as some people in my family call it, this little fitness thing? What have I done over the past 12 years to build this business? Why am I so excited about it? Every single day. I am so in love with what I get to do, because at its base, what I get to do, what my coaches get to do, no, it's get to do, not have to do. What we get to do every day, we get to help people. It's the most amazing job on the planet. And I was thinking, as I was talking to them, as I've been talking to them for the past 2 months and doing this one-on-one mentorship, what is it? What components, what mindset, what habits do we have that help us build a business? So let's talk about that today. I hope you've made your Energize. I've made my Energize. Let's do the thing. Let's get right into it. And let's talk about some of the things that I think help build a business, particularly a Beachbody business, a health and fitness business, but it could be really, I think, any business, because these are just mindsets. And I wrote some down as I was thinking about it. And I came up with 5. So I'm going to share those 5 with you here today. The first one is to go all in. No point ever in my business when I became a coach. And I want to set this up for you very clearly. I saw no female when I was growing up in an entrepreneur setting. I saw no female owning their own business. I saw no female working out. Ever. when I was growing up, no female was working out, no female owned a business. When I was growing up, what I saw were females in very traditional settings. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying this whole idea of you have to see it to be it doesn't hold water with me, because I didn't see any of that. And somehow I got the idea that, well, I can be an entrepreneur. So I grew up not seeing any of that in my life. And yet somehow I fell into fitness. I fell into this incredible coaching opportunity. And at not one point in 12 years, not one point have I ever said, yeah, I'm out. In the entire time that I've been coaching, I have been in. That doesn't mean that I work 24/7. It doesn't mean that I always get it right. It doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that sometimes motivation isn't higher some days than others. But there's never been a time when my hand's been on the back door and I've looked for a way out. There's never been a time. It's funny, sometimes I listen to coaches say, well, I almost canceled and then I didn't. And then I blew my business up. I never had that. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and you just keep following your curiosity, and you just keep going through the doors that open and looking for those doors, not waiting for them to open, but looking for those doors and putting yourself in the places of most potential. And you just keep showing up. And I just kept going all in because it was just fun and cool. And it gave me hope. And I think that's the biggest piece that everything about this business does, is that it gives us hope. We're now in control of not just our financial future, but just our life. This business gave me hope. So because it did, I just went all in. And that is my number one tip for anyone, whether you're building a Beachbody business or whether you're growing any kind of business. Go all in, 100%. No hand on the back door. No, well, I'll give this a month and see if it works. Okay, you're already out. You're already out. You've got to go all in, almost with no emotional attachment to what the outcome is, and just do all the things. Just make the Energize and do the things and go all in, because I promise you that's where the reward will be. It will be in that process and in that journey, because you have no idea what the destination can be. So why not go all in and find out where it leads? Tip number 2, this business gives you an opportunity to take agency over a business, but over your life. This business, again, whether it's a Beachbody business or some other side hustle that you have gotten attached to, that you're passionate about and you want to pursue, that opportunity gives you the opportunity to step into taking agency over your own life. You no longer are sitting in the passenger seat unless you choose to sit there. This business has given me the opportunity to move from that passenger seat into the driver's seat and say, you know what, I've got goals and visions and dreams for my life, and this business is now a platform to help me achieve them. Before, when I was teaching high school English, I love teaching. I think that's evident. I absolutely love teaching. And I loved what I was teaching. My gosh, I loved watching the light bulb turn on in those students' eyes when they realized that Shakespeare wasn't something that applied all those hundreds of years ago, that actually what he was writing also applied today. When they understood To Kill a Mockingbird and how powerful it was, and I watched that impact that it had on them. I loved every bit of that. So I've always loved teaching, but I also knew that at some point I'm going to cap out, and my income and my opportunities will be controlled by someone else. And that to me, and it's so interesting, again, I didn't grow up seeing anyone be an entrepreneur in their life, and yet I just wanted more. I just knew that we are destined for more than sitting in the passenger seat. So a business that you own, that whether it's a side hustle or something that you want to become full-time, it becomes a way for you to step into your life, to take agency over your life, to own your life, and to get out of the passenger seat and get into the driver's seat. Tip number 3, you gotta be coachable. The work works. And when you come into any business, particularly a Team Beachbody business, there are hundreds of thousands of success stories. There are so many coaches who have built incredible businesses. And by that, I don't mean multi-million-dollar businesses. I just mean businesses that have served their life in the way that they want it to serve their life. There are so many coaches who have done that. And if you're floating along going, well, this business is going to work for everybody else but me, you're correct. You are absolutely correct. You have to be coachable, and you have to understand that the work works. Let me be really clear on this. Nothing about this business is hard. I am sitting here in my kitchen drinking Energize in workout clothes, sharing with you when I could be driving to a high school to teach high school English, where I would have already capped my salary, bringing home so many papers to grade. And I know there are people who are passionate about that. I just wasn't for the long term. I just wasn't for the long term. So there's nothing about this business that is hard, but it does take work, just like every other job does. Just like when I taught high school English, that took work. It was also kind of hard, but in the definition of hard, do you know what hard is? Hard is fighting cancer. Hard is losing a parent or losing a child. There are so many life situations that are truly hard. Sharing health and fitness, because I'm going to talk about, this in terms of my business, which is, coaching, sharing health and fitness, helping others, help others live their most healthy life. Not hard. Not hard. It takes work to connect on a human level. It takes work to build trust and relationships. It takes work to everyday work to get better yourself, because you can't grow a business unless you grow yourself, period. So it takes work, but it's not hard. And the work works. So be coachable and take in all the pieces that you see other successful people in your industry doing and do them, because success leaves clues. Be coachable. It's not going to work for everybody else but you unless you make that decision. If you're coachable, you will know the work works, period. All right, let's do tips 4 and 5 together. You ready? Number 4, keep it simple. At its core, my business, Team Beachbody, my business in coaching, at its core, we are tapping into a powerful fitness platform. We are tapping into incredible nutrition. We are feeding our brains every day. We are grateful and setting big time goals. We are engaging with a community who does all of those things and pushes us and inspires us to do more and be more in our life. That's what we do. We help others at its core. All the other BS stuff that we get in our heads is generally stuff based on fear, because sometimes it's scary to actually look your potential in the eye and wonder what you're capable of doing. Sometimes it's scary to look at your life and go, you know what? I've been half-assing this and I'm actually capable of so much more. Sometimes that's scary. But that voice of fear, that's what causes all the drama and all the extraness and all the stuff that we think we have to do to be successful in this business or any business. At its core, keep it simple. Whatever your business is, but especially a Beachbody coaching business, keep it simple. We help others help others. What a beautiful thing it is in life to serve and help others live a healthy life. That's what we do. And when we get caught up in, well, they made a graphic and they did a training and they did this and their post was this and they had this many likes on this and that, we lose sight completely of what we're here to do, which is help others help others. So tip number 4, keep it simple. And tip number 5, I don't care what business you're in, you better be having fun. You gotta have fun. Now note, that doesn't mean every single day, 24/7 is puppies and rainbows and unicorns. But man, life's too short to get up every day and dread the work that you're doing. And there was a point when I was teaching high school, because I taught high school English for 9 years, there was a point that I would get up and I didn't love what I was doing anymore. I loved my students, and there were pieces in the day that I loved, but I didn't love what I was doing anymore. I didn't feel like I was making a difference anymore. I didn't feel like it was my calling, my passion. I didn't have any more curiosity to follow down that road. I just didn't love it anymore. And so I wasn't having any fun. And life is just too short to not be fun. Life is too short to not be grateful for everything that we are experiencing, for everything that we're creating. And life's too short to not follow our curiosity down roads that create joy. Because every single day, I get to watch women. I have a front row seat to watching women transform their lives through health and fitness. Tell me something that's more fun than watching someone transform their life and slowly, almost like emerge from a cocoon into the best version of themselves and working towards that every day. Fun doesn't even encompass what that feels like. It's mind-blowingly unbelievable. If you are getting up and dreading what you're doing every single day, you have to make a change. You are not a tree. You do not have roots that don't allow you to change. You have to change. You have to do something that brings you joy, that is fun most of the time. And you also have to be very intentional about seeking it out. Sometimes people will say to me, well, I'm just so burnt out on coaching. It's not fun anymore. Well, then change. You know what? Maybe you need to get back to focusing on what you loved about it when you got in the business and stop worrying about go back to tip number 4, keep it simple. Stop worrying about all the extra stuff that likely you're adding into the business. Why was it fun for you in the beginning? Probably because you were helping people help people. Get back to that, because that is fun. So my 5 tips again. Number 1, go all in. I've never had my hand on the back door. You shouldn't either. Go all in. Go all in with your life. It's just too short not to. Number 2, you have an opportunity when you own a business to take agency over your life. You no longer have to sit in the passenger seat. You are now in the driver's seat. Number 3, the work works if you are coachable, if you pay attention, if you note that success leaves clues, the work will work. It will not work for everybody else but you. It will work for you if you make that decision. Number 4, keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Don't get all extra and dramatic. Keep it simple. Do the things. Number 5, make the energize and just do the thing. And number 5, have fun with it. Life's just too short to be doing something that isn't joyful and fun. And I can't think of anything more fun than helping women and men, but mostly women, change their lives and to watch them become the best version of themselves. You want to talk about fun? That's freaking fun. Those are my 5 tips to grow, in my case, a Beachbody business. In your case, it could be something else. You can apply it to everything. I hope those help. Talk to you later.